this point, I don't know what else to do. I know the world, it be the strangers that will look out for you and your loved ones way faster than your own blood, than the people that you think really love you. So I was like, at this point, I tried to talk to everybody about Keith, all the doctors, and they just, it's back on me. It's back on me. I need y'all to share. I need y'all to help me out as much as I can. Like, going through this, I just can't believe that I'm going through this, but I know God is able and willing, and I know He's not putting me through this for no reason. I'm trying to be strong. I'm sitting, I'm sitting in the parking lot at the hospital. Keith been here for like, I lost count. I lost count. But he been here for a long time, over 50 something days. And ain't nobody listening to me. I know him best. I've been with Keith for 16 years. And he can't talk for himself right now. He can't stand for himself. I'm the only person that can talk for him, be his advocate. And y'all know I'm a little firecracker. I be trying to walk in Keith's shoes, be Keith, have Keith thoughts. But it's hard. It's so hard right now because I don't have a support. And these people making it seem like it's me. Same thing they did last year. Like it's me when asking questions. You want questions. I mean, I don't know anything about brain injuries. So if I'm asking you questions, give me the answers that I need. But anyways, I'm gonna bring y'all to why I went live, and now I'm kind of like over everything, and I'm asking for the support of the world. Y'all know Keith got a movement dancing for a kidney, and he been fighting this kidney battle for a long time. More people been on kidney, failure longer, but he been fighting it and been doing good fighting it. But everybody think Keith is going through this from kidney failure. Mm-mm. He had the kidney failure in the bag now. But I do want to tell y'all though, kidney failure is not a joke. It's real life, and it do cause a lot of harm on your body. So all these videos that he got it, he dancing, and he like he want his kidney. Please, if you got a loved one, and I'm talking to all of y'all, if you got a loved one that need a kidney, and you a match for them, go see if you a match. First of all, see if you can help that person. You can live 100% with one kidney. And it don't matter about your lifestyle, bro. And I'm gonna be saying, bro, I might curse a few times. But it don't matter. I want y'all to really feel where I'm coming from. Because I feel like my husband wouldn't be going through this if somebody would have listened to him. He had perfect matches, backed out. You know what I'm saying? Backed out on him. Could have saved his life. He got people that I know that could have easily got a lawyer last year for him. When I'm begging, pleading, and crying to them, like, just help us. Help Keith. Help us. Nobody. So this year is just too much. Keith can't. Last year he bounced out of it. He was doing better. His memory, not mental. His mental, he was always key. He always gonna be key. And fighting in that bed right now. Still Keith with all of this going on. Because Keith and God, them two together, can't nobody, nobody in this world stop them. I remember when he had my surprise wedding. And my dad was like, after the wedding and everything, because he never met my dad before the wedding. I don't think, I'm not sure. But I know he got in contact with my dad to walk me down the aisle. But when we had our first like family event and he was able to come there, my dad walked up to him and my dad was like, "Man, I've been waiting to meet this guy that's next to God." And Keith was just like a big smile, but I was like, "That's the perfect example." Keith, he's God fearing. He'll do anything. He'll do anything for anybody. He'll give his. He will give his life for anybody. Anything that Keith can do to help somebody, he would do it. If Keith ever touch your life, if Keith ever touch your life, whether it's real estate, whether you met him in elementary, whether you comment below and let me know how you met Keith and what he did to you and how he inspired you, because he's everything. And I was telling these people in this house, people say ain't nobody perfect, but I swear he was perfect. He was he. I don't want to talk in past tense. He is perfect, and like for him to be treated like this over and over again, and for me to be treated like this for being his advocate, it hurt. It hurt so bad. But anyways, today I had to break my silence because they trying to put him in an L-Tech, and that's like a living facility. When they his bone outside of his head, they haven't communicated with me. They haven't really told me what happened. Only thing I've been doing is advocating for him. That's it. Now, the nurse, I was in there earlier. This is my everyday life at the hospital. People like, Sean, you gotta get some rest. You gotta be there for yourself. You gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta be there for the kids. Trust me, I'm balancing it. I'm doing it, I'm balancing. But I'm at my best state of mind when I'm in the hospital with Keith, because these people are not doing right by him. This is when I'm in my best state. Like, you gotta get to sleep. I don't want no sleep. It's just right next to my husband, making sure that he he is okay. Like these people, oh, we do rounds every hour. No, y'all don't. Because I put stuff on him, and when I come back, he's the same way because he can't move. He can't do anything right now because they put him back in a state where he was climbing out of. Every time he get better, they push him back. And I want to talk to y'all about this. And the reason why I need help for Keith, because they making me be the like I'm the person. So y'all know Keith had an injury last year, right? After that injury, Keith kind of bounced out of it. So we were able to see what type of medications was doing what to him, right? So, and I'm going to just talk about the seizure medication because this is what I'm encountering right now as we speak. Um, and what's going on with Keith right now. But it's a lot of medications. Keith don't even take medications. His body, he just do his dialysis, follow the perfect regimen. As y'all know, he got a dancing for a kidney movement to where he educate people to prevent them from ever being on dialysis, telling them what they need to do, what to look for, all of this. So I'm aware of all this that's going on. I'm not, I don't know about a brain injury though. But they're not talking about that. But anyways, they're trying to send him to a L-Tech. So last week they tried, 2 weeks ago they tried to send him to L-Tech. And I said no. I appealed it, won it, They still kept on doing what they want to do. Let me take y'all back. Let me see. And I know I'm probably all over the place. If y'all put it together, I'm going to keep doing more lives to kind of keep y'all up to date with what's going on. But where I'm at right now, Key is in this hospital right here on the ninth floor. The young lady just came to me and told me, well, I said, well, what's going on with his feeding tube? Well, we're not going to do anything about it. It's the third day that Keith haven't ate anything. He already getting small, losing so much weight. Oh, yeah, they're going to do it at the LTAC. I said, well, when is he going to the LTAC? Nobody talked about this. Oh, they just had a meeting. They're going to send him out to the LTAC. But anyways, I mean, oh, you're refusing his dialysis. They say you're refusing his dialysis. And I was like, you know what? I don't talk to nurses. Go get me the doctor. Bring me the doctor in here. So we're going to talk about the seizure medicine. Ever since Keith been here, well, last year Keith had an injury. He was on medicine, seizure medicines. He was on for precaution now. Not because he was having seizures, but it would knock him out completely. And we were able to see it. We were able to see him being knocked out. Not responding, just out of there. So after a month of them giving him seizure medicine with no seizures, I came to them with paperwork. Hey, Keith did this just last year. This is what it was doing to him. Let's wean down off these. They agreed to wean down off the Capra, continue to impact, and then I said eventually I want to wean off that. It's about a month and 4 days ago. Um, he had been weaned off the Ventab. Now, like I said, I'm here every day, every night, around the clock. This my life. It's being up here with Keith because I know these people are not doing what they supposed to be doing by him. People tell me, oh, Sean, you got to get sleep. You got to. No. This is where my sanctity is with him. So don't say I need to get sleep or any of that because I don't hear it. I get my sleep right in the couch. Trust me, I'm used to it. In the couch with him. I said 54 days last year. I mean 64 days last year, and I'm gonna do as many nights as I have to do this year to make sure he good. But anyways, so I was telling the doctor, hey, he went through this something similar. It wasn't this bad. He went through this last year. When he was taking dialysis, the days that he was on dialysis, Monday, Wednesday, we would have to just go home because Keith's memory would be just like he have to restart every single day. He wasn't the same, and I was telling them up there like, hey, can we do light dialysis for him? Very light, slow, while he's healing from this second brain injury. Now, initially, they agreed to it. The doctor had agreed. Well, they didn't really agree to it right away. They said no because how his numbers look. How his numbers look, and he's not clearing. So I told them we can't get perfect numbers from Keith because when he got here, his kidney numbers was perfect. His numbers was good. The next day, his numbers was everywhere. So what's that's telling me? No, I'm not a doctor. Never been a doctor, but I've been with him for 16 years. Because I got that too. Oh, you ain't a doctor. I don't have to be a doctor. And that's the thing too, when you advocating for your loved one, you don't have to be a doctor to know what's best for them. You don't have to be a doctor to know what's best for them. But anyways, I said and I told the doctor, look, this was going on with Keith last year from this. Now we're giving him these same medications, and now he can't respond for himself. Now, last year we was able to see it. He can't respond now, and it started getting worse. So a whole month went by. Keith hadn't had dialysis. I mean, not dialysis. That's what we talk about dialysis, but but they didn't see any seizures, but they wanted to give him the medication for precaution. And I said I would rather me, because I know him and I seen what the medications did last year to him. I would want to wean from there, and I don't want to give it to him for precautions because his he ain't responded with all this medicine. So as I began, they was like, well, we be, they began to still prescribe the stuff, right? Prescribe, because they was like, oh, we still got to put it in, and you got to refuse it. So this is how they got me. This is what they're doing now. They're building a case on me, right? I'm going to these doctors and I'm telling them, hey, my husband, we gave it to him for a whole month. There's no seizure activities. This is what happened last year. So I would like to wean him because he can't talk for himself. And he's declining every single day. He's getting worse as y'all give him all this medicine, anesthesia. Y'all doing all this stuff to him. And he's declining. He was like this a month ago. Now he's not doing anything. Let's start, and I brought them facts. I'm telling them this is what happened. So they agreed to start cutting down on the Keppra. They took the Keppra away, they cut it down, took that away. Then we agreed to go down on the Vimpat. Agreed to that when no seizures or whatever. So then you still have attendees because different doctors jump everywhere. You still have doctors that's calling and they'll say, hey, Miss Boy, we just, because I was telling them after the girl, and I don't know, I probably did this video on another one, but I'll keep y'all updated on what I'm talking about. But I talked to somebody months prior to, because like it was a whole month, a whole 16 days, 17 days with my husband being in this hospital, and no one gave me an update about his neurological status when they just took his whole bone out of his head. Nobody wanted to talk about that. But anyways, we're gonna talk about that another. We're gonna talk about that on another post. We talk about what's going on right now. So once we start weaning from the medication, he started doing better. My sisters is a witness. His mom, whoever came out here, could see that Keith started responding as best as he could with his eyes. Hey Keith Blank, I am. I even last week got pictures of everybody. Hey, if this is, and I might put y'all names out. If this Vince, or is this Mike? So it was Vince. I like, close your eyes if this Vince, or if this Mike, and it was Vince, and he closed his eyes. So it is ways that he was able to respond because I'm with him every day. So I made a way to communicate with him. He would squeeze his right side. His left side wasn't as strong. He would squeeze his right side. He would turn his head with physical therapy. He was turning his head, following, tracking. He was doing the best he could in the state that he was in. Right, he started doing better. Um, After taking him off the medication. Right. Um, Light dialysis. I had requested light dialysis. One of the doctors had said, "Oh yeah, we could do that. We could start it. 2 days a week, very light, to see how his brain recovers." Because I was telling them from last year, like the dialysis would just knock him out. You know what I'm saying? So let's try to do very light dialysis. So um, now this is how they build the paper trail on me. So the doctors, even though I'm talking to them, they're still putting these prescriptions in the computer, right? They still prescribing stuff that we're talking about, but they still prescribing what they want to prescribe, right? So now it's like you have to call me and ask me, can I give him this medicine? So now it looks like I'm declining his medicine. I'm declining dialysis when I'm not declining any of this. If he wasn't having seizures and y'all doing it for precaution and it's making him worse, and we see after he's doing better, that's good. Dialysis, they never really tried it like dialysis. They told me they did, but they didn't. They never did it. So what they did, gave me the dialysis number. Every time he goes, you gotta call them and tell them what you want for him. Set me up again. Cause you know I'm gonna do it. Cause that's my husband. So I'm gonna tell them, go light. You know what I'm saying? Cut back a little bit to see what he, if he can bounce back out of this. Right? So with the seizure medicines, 2 days, okay, 4 days ago, um, okay, Saturday. It was Saturday. Um, Keith hadn't had any seizure medicine, and I was at a funeral, so with the family, so they weren't able to call me. So they end up giving Keith seizure medicine again. And that night, the nurse called me, y'all. Called me and said, "Hey, he's not taking his pills." She giving him full blood pressure pills. Now Keith got a tube down his throat. Keith got a trait. Why is you giving him full pills? So I'm doing 100. Y'all know I drive a sports car. I'm doing 200 trying to get to this hospital. So when I get there, Keith doing good. He responded to me. He doing good. I even made a video. I might drop it on here. You know what? That video where I'm kissing him, that was that night that I was there. Where I'm kissing him on the YouTube. Y'all go back and look at that short. That's the video that I got on the GoFundMe. But that's the video. He was doing fine. So I stayed out there with him. Trying to go home, give me a little bit of rest. They called me. He's seasoned. He's well. One of the nurses said that he was seasoned. That she saw him season on the right side, like his hands was moving. Now, when you move Keith's arms a certain way, his hands shake real strong. But the doctor was saying it's some type of nerve. You know what I'm saying? So that nurse, when I got in there, I could see that she wasn't experienced at all because she didn't even know what to do with the trait because they was gonna take him down and do a CT scan of his brain to see how it was his brain affected from the seizure, so-called seizure that she said that he had, right? But she was like, it's just with his left side. But I see he do that all the time, and you got to just move his arm like it's his nerve. And she was like, oh, he was foaming at the mouth. Remind y'all, he can't really move his head. He can't really do anything. So if he like this, and you don't never touch him for 6, 7, 8 hours, slop and all of that gonna start coming out his mouth if you're not suctioning him. So what I believe, I'm not a doctor and I wasn't there, but this is what she told me. It was his arm and he was foaming at the mouth, right? So I said, okay, y'all wait, wait till I get there. Once I got there, um, the doctor came in, they did a scan, they took Keith down to do a scan, and he came back and he was like, well, the nurse said that he had a seizure. And I was like, okay, well just put him on the EEG or whatever. And we can go from there. If he's having seizures, then of course we'll do something about it or whatever. So I was like, but I want to see, what's going on with him first. They didn't do the EEG right away. They did it the next day, right? So they was like, well, it's not going to detect a seizure if he's not doing it actively right now. But I'm like, but it's still you'll still see some abnormal activity if he had any kind of seizures within an hour. You'll see that in his brain. So they didn't do the EEG right away. And then she was like, no, 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 no. So me and my sister was in there because my sisters always come to my rescue, right? So when I called like Keith Stevens, she flew right up here with me. So when the doctors came in after they did the scan, I don't know if Keith was in there or they brought did it. Yeah, we had lunch or whatever. Then they brought Keith back down. Brought Keith back to the room, went back upstairs. And then there was another doctor came in with the student. Now this is on Sunday, so you have more like doctors who are students or residents or whatever. I don't know. But she was like, hey, she came in, introduced herself, introduced the other guy that was with her, and I was like, hey, she was like, hey, can you give me an update of what's going on? And I was just like, at this time, I don't even really want to go all the way back replaying. I'm like, that's what y'all got notes for, like. But then you can't believe the notes because they put in the notes what they want to put in. So I kind of gave her an update on what happened or whatever. She was like, "Yeah, I see that you've been refusing seizure medicine, and he's been seizing since he got here." And I was like, "He's never had a seizure." She was like, "Well, this is what's indicated. This is what is in the system that he's been having seizures, and you have been refusing his medicine." And I said, "You are the first person." I was literally in fucking tears because it's been inconsistency from last year about Keith. I said, this is the first time I have heard about a seizure. Keith having a seizure. When he was on a neuro floor at the first time he got here, which he got here August 16th, they told me about a little bit abnormal activity around the 18th. I asked them, what was it a seizure? They was like, well, it wasn't high enough for me to really indicate that it's a seizure, but it was a little abnormal. But it could be, he just had surgery. It could be, from the brain being, the bone being out, trauma to his his brain could have caused that little abnormal, but it wasn't consistent. Now, this was at the beginning, right? At the beginning when he got here. Now on Sunday, on yesterday, which was Monday, they finally got the EEG, and the young lady was hooking him up. So I started asking questions. Y'all know me. I'm gonna ask questions. I'm gonna fight for my husband. I'm not gonna shut up until somebody listens to me. That's just how I am. That's how I am. And I be trying to walk in Keith's shoes and tell myself, Sean, be like Keith until he get out of this bed. Be like Keith until you get. I be trying to tell myself, but these people are not listening to me, right? So she come. She explained to me what I know what an EEG is. It watch your brain activity and see where the brain go up and down when you season or different activities in your brain. So I was like, how can you indicate if a person having seizures? She said, well, you're gonna see this pattern. It has to be a consecutive 10 seconds or more, and then it has to stop and do it again, and do it again. It has to show that he's seizing. So and then I thought about on the 18th when I questioned the doctor and the nurse about, are you guys sure it was a seizure? They was like, no, you know, we can't really indicate it because it wasn't accurate enough. So now I realized, okay, so that really wasn't a seizure because seizures, you're going to see the activity. It has to be 10 seconds or longer and it has to be steady. You know what I'm saying? You're going to see the activity. So then I was like, okay, well, Keith didn't have a seizure up there. So when the other doctors was calling me in between times, they were like, "Oh, you need to give him the medicine because he's seizing and stuff like this." And I was like, when did he seize again? What's in the notes that he was seizing? And I said, on the 18th. The doctor told me that wasn't indication. And we had him on seizure medicine for a whole month and a few days. And I said, since there's no more activity and he's normal, let's wean him off due to the fact what the seizure medicines did to him last year that we were able to see. This year, we can't see that. But he's declining everything. So that's when I said, okay, we're going to start weaning off the seizure medicine. So when the lady come in on Sunday, after Keith had the supposedly stroke or the stroke, I don't know if it was a stroke because, like I said, the lady gave him seizure medicine the day before. And he had already weaned. That can cause a stroke. And they're going to tell me, oh, no, 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 it can't. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. I told the doctor that. Yes, it can. And 3 blood pressure pills down his throat can cause him to lose oxygen if he can't swallow it. That can cause a seizure as well. Because Keith was fine. Now Keith is up there back at a state of fighting him and God, fighting back, fighting back, fighting back. Every time he get better, they push him back 20 times more. So now, so now he in neuro. Finally in neuro. Remind you, he came here for a brain bleed. This is the first. We're on day 54, and Keith just got to the neuro floor. He just got to the neuro floor from the supposed to be seizure. So now what they doing is documenting, oh, he had seizures. And I told the doctor, Keith didn't have any more seizures. Go back to the doctor on the 18th. Question him about what you're telling me about, because you just got on his case. You just told me I'm his new attendee, and why am I not giving him seizure medicine? I'm like, Mister, he haven't had any seizures, and it caused more damage than helping him. So when this lady come on Sunday, now we back to the lady that came in on Sunday, me, my sister, and then a attendee that was with her. She tells me, oh, he's been having seizures the whole time, and you have been denying his medicine. And I said, no, miss, who told you he been having? It's in the document. I said, so you telling me he's been seizing and nobody told me anything? Nobody told me anything about this. It's documented. I said everything that's documented isn't true. I've been living this for the whole two years for now. Everything that y'all put in that system is not true. Then she was like, well, I have to do what I have to do for him now. I said, I don't mind that. Let's get an EEG. Let's look at his activity. And if he needs seizure medicine, we'll do that once we figure out if these were seizures that was causing it. Because I never deny any seizure medicine. You're the first person that says seizure medicine, he hasn't been having seizures since he's been here, that I know nothing about. Only thing I know about the little normal inactivity on the 18th. Here we are, October 8th, and you're telling me this. I said, go get the doctors who put that in there and have them come talk to me. Whoever put that in there and told y'all that he was seizing, go have them to talk to me. Because I'm here day in and out. I'm here every day, in and out. That it's not hard to talk to me. My number is on all y'all boards, on his bed, when he's traveling. All my stuff is all over him. To call me about him. She's like, looking around like, I'm like, yes, go get the doctor, give me your name, go get the doctor that put this in there. So she was like, well, we're gonna do a EEG if you're not gonna get the seizure medicine if he has seizure. I said, I never said that. I never said I wasn't. I said we're gonna take precautions first and see what's going on with Keith first. Okay. So today yesterday he hooked up to the EEG as I'm making this video. So when I come in, yesterday somebody just tried to talk to me about Keith going to a L Tech and all this, and I was like, you know what? Right now Keith is, back worse. We're not even, worrying about no L Tech right now. He needs doctors around him. He need help. He not even ready, nowhere near that. She was like, oh no, we're not trying to do that right now, and stuff like that. I just wanted to introduce myself. I said, I'm fine, but I don't really want to talk to nobody, because at this point, it's like the nurse came in there, threw his head, transported him, just threw his head slung. I'm like, he don't have a bone right here. They mishandled him. The lady tried to put the feeding tube back in him. He pulled back like this. And she was like, pull forward. Why are you, move your head back forward. And I was like, he don't know how to move his head. She was like, clearly he just moved it back. Now he just got on that floor. So I was just like, you know what, Sean, be key in this situation. Be key. Just let her. But she didn't know what she doing, so she took it out anyways. It's the third one. They still haven't got it right. So I requested that he go down to the actual place to get it put in, because the nurses didn't know what they was doing. But anyways, so now he's doing the EEG right now. And when I come in this morning, I dropped the kids off to school. Like I said, I left late, early in the morning. Take the kids, go to school, take me a bath, do my prayer, put my clothes on, and I'm back out here. So I'm in there, I'm cleaning Keith's room. When I come in, I just pray and turn the music on, cleaning his room. The nurse come in, hey, I'm such and such. I'm his nurse for the day. I said, oh, what's going on with the feeding tube? Because he hadn't been fed in 3 days. She was like, oh, they're going to do it at the L-Tech. I said, hey, he's not going to go to the L-Tech right now. She was like, yeah, they had a meeting saying that he's going to go to the L-Tech. You have been refusing dialysis. You know. So basically what they did was had me to deny everything. Instead, they're going to put it in the system. Had me to be like, oh, okay, y'all, if y'all wean him off the Keppra in the Van Pack, why is it still in the system? If his potassium and all that stuff good, and I told y'all he don't need any of that stuff because his livers are good, why are y'all prescribing all this stuff to him? We need to see what Keith and God is gonna do. If y'all keep giving him this stuff, knocking him out every time, we don't know. Give him a fighting chance. So every time that when the doctors calling me, this is what they doing, documenting. So today the girl said, "Oh yeah, they're gonna put him in the L tech." I said, "No, they're not." I said, "No, they're not." I'm finna go outside. I'm finna make a video, and I'm finna go talk to my sister. Because anytime I be going through, I just call my big sister Trina, and I vent to her. She my little venting person. But I let her know that I'm gonna share it with y'all, and I just need y'all help because I figure like the only way Keith gonna get help and people gonna listen to Keith. These doctors ain't really sat down and actually looked at what really happened to Keith. They just went off something that happened last year that wasn't true. They haven't sat down and done my husband, and I feel like it's my fault because it's like, Sean, you was there the whole time, and then I know I can't blame myself, but just watching him like it and watch, and they draining me. It's not even really watching him because I know God is putting me through this for a reason. God have placed this upon our life for a reason. It's not even Keith. It's the people that's around Keith. It's the doctors. It's the people that's not listening to me. It's the people that's who it is. It's like Keith is the most helping person, the most loving person, and people would not help him. That's why I turn to the strangers. I'm like, I'm turning to y'all. I know strangers love him harder than family. It's like this is evidence what these people have done to Keith. Let's go after them. You know, and these people have the means to do it, won't do it, would not do it, would not budge. And it's like to see him up there again in this state, and they're trying to send him to L-Tech without his bones, without every time they do a CT scan, oh, he's good. But what I realize is that they're gonna say that. They're gonna say he's good. He left out the hospital last year being good, being okay. But when we tried to get him back on a kidney transplant, he failed everything. His heart was damaged. His skull was damaged. Fractured skull. But everything was clear according to them for him to be dismissed. He didn't get the care that he needed when he left last year. He didn't get the care that he needed. They would lie. And the thing is, when they do lie and what's in the system, you can't fucking change it. They all gonna stick together. They're gonna stay on that lie. It don't fucking matter. I could be there seeing my husband die. I'm here seeing it. And they still make me think I'm fucking crazy. Like it's something wrong with me. Do y'all not clearly see this? She gave him that seizure medicine. He started reacting. She put pills down his throat, 3 that he couldn't swallow. He started reacting. Keith was fine before then. Now he's back, not responding to me. He responds to me. He know I don't play. He will respond to me if he can. He not really. He just tired. But like I said, he haven't ate in 3 days. They injected him with some seizure medicine from the moving up his hands. They injected him. Ever since then, he been out. He haven't really been responding to me. Last night he had dialysis. I asked them the night before, please, y'all, let's do the EEG. Don't do the dialysis right now. It's harsh. They still doing harsh dialysis, 3.5 hours. Like I said, making me call the dialysis people, telling them, hey, can y'all go down on it? Explain it to them why I want them to go down on it. That don't matter. They just put I'm refusing his dialysis. I'm like, he got a whole dancer for a kidney movement. We know that his body needs to be clean. We know that he needs to be filtered because he's not doing that by himself. I'm not refusing dialysis. I'm just asking y'all for a gentle dialysis that I know that y'all can provide. Because you was gonna provide it until you talked to the other doctors. Because you told me, and I'm gonna release a little bit of the clips as well. You told me that you are gonna do what I asked to have Keith's best interest. Then you change it. So now they got him on aggressive dialysis. Now he's back out. Like, eyes jumping, moving around. Like, bro, like, won't they just listen to me? So now when I go up there, oh, the nurse said, oh, they're going to send him to the L tech. You refusing his dialysis. You doing this. And I was like, I never refused anything. I refused the seizure medicine because y'all had it on precaution. It was knocking him out. And all these medicines was making him deteriorate. Keith was way better when he got here. Once we start weaning from this medicine, he looks better. He's doing better. I ain't refused nothing. I want the best for my husband. That's it. I'm not refusing nothing. So she said, basically, we're gonna put him in the air. So I came outside, got my breathing together, made this post, but I need y'all to share this. We're fighting for Keith. We're fighting for anybody that needs justice for the medical system. Like, people just they don't listen to you. They're not going to listen to you. When something is put in the system, they're going to ride with it until you could be there every day. And they still going to put what they want to put in that system. If you ask questions, they get offended. I was escorted out of here for asking the nurse, did you give him this and that? Because I can tell when my husband is on drugs and when he's not, when he's tired. You can see when he's doped up. I can tell. I'm here every day, all day with him. I can tell his status. This man went outside and told the people they escorted me out. This was like 4 weeks ago, like three and a half, 4 weeks ago. Escorted me out. That morning, he had to be admitted to ICU. And I think it was from the trauma that he saw them all. It was like 20 of them came to escort me out, told me I can't be there with my husband. That next, this was around 11 at night, 11, 12 at night. Around 1 or 3 in the morning, 1 to 3, they called me and saying they had to put him back in ICU. His trait, he was bleeding from his trait and all that stuff. I said, that's from the stress. He saw what y'all did to me last night. And then they wanted to go in and do a surgery. I said, no, we're not going to do any more surgeries. He's been under 8 times. No, it would have been 8 times because they wanted to do a surgery on his stomach and they wanted to do this surgery. So it would have been 8 times in a month and a half. I said, no, we're not going to do any more surgery. So I flew back up there to the hospital because they was like, oh, you can come back in the morning. I was like, I hope these people don't try me and not let me come in this hospital. Now, the first year, they completely took my rights away from my husband. Put DCF on me, completely took my rights away. I had no voice for my husband. That's the reason why he didn't get the help that he needed last year because they took my rights away from me and put him in a faraway rehab center and brushed everything under the rug that they did. But anyways, this time they escorted me out. When I got there, when I got back, I was like, I hope these people don't be in here talking about I can't get in here because I'm thinking the worst because it happened to me last time. You know, only thing I'm thinking about, if they take my husband away, what I'm gonna do, what I'm gonna do. I was really on the other side, like, I'm gonna get in this fucking hospital. I don't care. But I was able to get in, and they bombarded me. Well, they already had him on the surgery floor. Now, God worked. God worked, baby. The surgery girl that do the surgery, she say, Oh, I heard them on the phone with you. I was prepping everything up to do the surgery. And you was telling them no. Wait till I get there. Wait till I get there. You was telling them no, wait till I get there, because she was the girl that prepped. And I said no, wait till I get there. So when I get there, they're like, oh, he's bleeding. His hemoglobin is an 8.4. I said an 8.4 for dialysis patient is excellent. Anything under a 7 is a concern. But an 8.4 is good for a dialysis patient. And if he's bleeding that much, his hemoglobin is not going to be that high for him. So no, we're not going to go in, talk about he's bleeding. We're going to watch him first. We're not going to do nothing to Keith to make him worse. No. Well, we need to do this surgery. Now, on the phone driving him, he done went through the procedures with me. 8 different procedures that Keith may need, according to when they get in and what they need to do. I said, no, I'm not agreeing to none of these over the phone. I'm going to go up there and talk to see what my husband doing and see what y'all talking about. I'm not agreeing to nothing. I'll be up there. So when I get up there, the doctor came, hey, I just talked to you on the phone. I was like, okay, yeah, well, his hemoglobin is at 8.4, 8.5, something like that. We're going to start doing a blood transfusion. I'm like, hold up. He don't need no blood transfusion if his hemoglobin 8.5. He's a dialysis patient. No, wait off on everything. Let me get my husband. When I get in there, I'm gonna show y'all the video. He hunched over. It's blood on the tray. Like they ain't even cleaned off. It don't even look like it's a lot of blood. They could have just took the thing off, cleaned it. I said, you know what we're gonna do? His hemoglobin is that way. We're gonna watch him first. We're not gonna do any surgery. None. We're not gonna do no more surgeries on him. We're gonna watch him. We're gonna see how he does. So they come in with the scans. Come in with the scans. Hey, look, he's bleeding right here. We were able to see the blood right here. Can you look over here? I said, no. I don't want to look at that because I don't even understand it. And I don't think y'all being honest about what I even see because I don't know what I'm looking at. So I'm not being rude to you, but I don't want to look at that. I'm going to take how I feel. And this first doctor told me it's not a concern because at 3 o'clock this morning, they had already told me he was bleeding. And they went down and looked at his lungs and stuff with the camera, and it was fine. Now, this was another doctor that called me. I said, so is this from what happened earlier, or is this a new incident? This is what I'm asking him. He said, oh, I'm not sure. I said, well, that's what you need to be finding out. Did they put this order in at 3 o'clock? And now that you here at 7, you're getting to the order? You need to figure out if it's new blood. I'm on my way up there. So when I get up there, he's not bleeding that much. I asked the nurse, let's go ahead and change it. Let's look at if he bleed or whatever. Trach was clear. He had, like I said, they had him on blood thinner, heparin. They had him on a lot of stuff, and Keith had been coughing from that trach ever since Keith got the trach. He's been coughing for 36 days straight. So with stress from coughing, and Keith got this strong, hard cough that almost blow the trach off his neck. So, he could have been bleeding from just coughing that long with on the blood thinner. So I told them his hemoglobin is not going down, so that's not a concern. And he's not bleeding internally because it won't be a 8.4, 8.5, whatever they told me it was. And then I told them, no, we're going to clean him. And I sat in that hospital and I waited. I watched Keith. I subbed to Keith. I cleaned him up because they had him looking like who did it and why. And then I talked to the nurse. I usually talk to the nurse and let them know, you know, excuse me, y'all. I talked to the nurse, and that day, it was on a Saturday, so I think I had to take the kids somewhere. So I sat there for like 4 or 5 hours and see if he start blood cleared up and everything. So the next day, the lady come in and say, "Oh, I'm so happy it cleared up. You know, that's good. He wasn't bleeding internally, but that's what y'all told me he was." That's what y'all told me it was deadly. That's what y'all pull out CT scans and talk about, oh, he bleeding this. You know what I'm saying? They intimidate you to do what they want to do. But y'all did all of this, and it wasn't even nothing to worry about. Y'all was finna put my husband back on the go, cut him back open, and all of that. Don't care. Don't care at all. But I gotta end this live. Y'all don't forget to share. Share this. Whatever you can donate, please do so. Because I have to get somebody on my team that's willing to look at this, look at everything, and help Keith. Because if we keep him under these people that's not helping him, it's not gonna be good for Keith. It's not gonna be good. I know Keith is a fighter. I know God has his grace and mercy over us. But sometimes, you need a community. You need I'm so like doing it all, taking care of everything, running back and forth, taking my kids to and from school, trying to go to amateur work, trying to keep everything the same because last year my kids stayed with Brenda. Like I ain't want this change for them where they don't got neither one of their parents. So I'm trying to juggle it all by myself, and I'm doing okay, but just they draining me. Not the situation that Keith is in, but they're draining me physically, mentally. They draining me. But I have to be out here with Keith. I don't want y'all to get it mixed up because it's like me knowing they don't have his best interest. It's like me being out here just rubbing his face, just singing to him, just dancing. Like that's what makes me happy. That's what makes me happy. That's what I want to do. So whatever y'all contribute, that's gonna help me just continue to take care of everything without the stress. It's gonna go towards me getting some help for Keith, finding somebody, and then hopefully this message me reach a doctor that's willing to help him. Reach somebody that's willing to help him because I swear it's it's so hard. It's so hard, y'all. It's so hard. Y'all continue to pray for me. Keep me like, you was built for me. You was built for me. You was built for this. So I be trying to think about what he said. And I be trying to put my big girl hands on and stuff. But sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's hard. So I'm getting it out right now. And I'm gonna go up there. And they won't see these tears. They not gonna see these tears. They won't see them. Because they gotta know whatever I say out my mouth, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. I'm not vulnerable. And I know what my husband needs. And either y'all can accommodate what he needs or get him to somebody that's willing to listen to what really happened to him. It's a helping man if y'all don't want to do it. So y'all share this for me. Share this for me. And I want to thank y'all in advance. If you haven't done anything, because I want to read the comments. If you have touched your life in any way, go ahead and comment below and let me know how he did it. Because I do sit down and read stuff, especially about him, and look at memories and stuff, and just uh, it's like he's such a good person. And I know good don't get you best because life is not always good. Life, I mean, you're going to have challenges in life. And people might think we had, me and Keith the perfect. We are the perfect couple, but this right here, this is the hardest challenge anybody can go through. Yes, we love on each other. We show people real love, but it's like, but you got this. You rather have real love, but you know what I'm saying? Life come with ups and downs, and you got to be strong enough to get through it. But it's like I'm reaching out to y'all because I need y'all. I need y'all to help me. I need y'all to share this. I need y'all to understand that the only thing I want is what's best for my husband. And like to see all this stuff transpire like in front of my eyes. Like it's like And I try to stay silent, try to get with people that could possibly help. Didn't help. So whatever y'all contribute, I appreciate it. It's gonna give me a saying, like it's gonna give me a peace of mind to where I can be out here with Keith and making sure Keith is good. But he fighting. When I look at him, I just be like, boy, you are next to God. Because you ain't gonna give up, huh? Blank for me. Close your eyes. This ain't too hard for you, is it? And I tell him it's too hard. Oh, you got this. Do you got this, Keith? Blank 2 times for me. Nah, if you really, really got this, close your eyes. Then he closed his eyes. But I switch it up on him to make sure he understand. But he understand, like I was telling y'all at the beginning, I had pictures of different people. And I had him closing his eyes. If this person or this person. If this is this person, close your eyes. If this person, keep your eyes open. But he know what he doing and he's fighting and he's doing the best that he can do in the state that he's in. But if we don't stop fighting for Keith, he don't have a voice for himself. He don't have the ability to get up by himself. He don't have the ability to do anything right now. So we have to be his voice. I have to be his voice. Even if, if you're in the Tampa Bay area, stopping by. Talking to him, holding his hand. Like, that'll help. He know faces. He know voices. He know. So stopping by, holding his hand, talking to him. A lot of people, I can't see him. I can't see him like that. I can't see him like that. If I can do it, y'all can. Then take y'all self out of the circumstances. It ain't about y'all. It's about what's going to get Keith to fighting. What's going to build Keith's strength by you coming holding his hand and talking to him and telling him you love him. That's what's going to get Keith to fighting even harder. Because he's doing what he can. The boy having 83 days, 3.5 days. Been dying alive, been doing it. And he's still coughing. Still pushing through, trying to push through. He ain't really responding like he was, but he's still trying to fight. He's still pushing. Bone outside his head. Still pushing. I said, there's a God. Because Keith is still here. And he still know what's going on. He still know what's going on. His ability, when you just land in the bed and ain't nobody doing nothing, ain't put a trait down, you can't talk, your limbs and stuff gonna get numb. We gotta get him the right doctor. We gotta get him physical therapy. We gotta get him some prayer warriors around him. We gotta get him some love around him. If you watching this video and you love him, talk to him in general. Rub his hand. Let him know, hey, this me. Let's bounce up out of this. Let him know that you're here for him. For real. Like, that goes a long way. A long, long way. Let him know. My sisters, they do that. They here for me. They ride for me. Stop by Smoot. My girl Smoot. I know she down here with her little realtor, nurse, and doctor, and all this. I know she down here looking cute. But stop in. Stop in and shake his head. Shake his head. Tell him you love him. Even if it's a few seconds. If it's too much, few seconds. Hey, Keith, I came by to say I love you. Man, push through this, man, And pray about it. And go, but you're doing it for him and his strength. And that's all I can say. Thank y'all. It's been an hour. I know y'all may not look at the whole thing. But even if y'all can watch bits and pieces of it and go back, but make sure y'all watch it, share. The link is in the bio. The link is in the description on the GoFundMe. Shout out to Mercedes. For helping me with the kids and stuff last night. Shout out to you, because I did get a little break. Um, but yeah, go ahead and hit the link, share it to as many people as you can, and what I want to close this out with is that this fight is not about Sean. Never has been about me. Never been about me. Only thing I ever tried to do is express what was going on with Keith. And it's before I got everybody involved. But I just feel like you shouldn't have differences when you have somebody that you love and care for, and they're going through this, and you have the means. You have a kidney, the perfect kidney. You don't do it. You have the funds to go hire a lawyer and say, hey, you don't do it. Now Keith is here